Hello again, I'm Kwanzi. I almost said from Andromeda, but tonight now I'm Kwanzi from Göteborg, who's gonna play against Andromeda. And representing Andromeda is Gking, our guest today. Hello.
Hello.
Well, what's it like being a central forward in Andromeda for so long?
Obviously, it's been, well, it's 2 years in June. That's quite scary how quick that's all gone. But
That really is a lot for any player in any team. Wow.
it's a lot for an online game. Let's put it that way. But I've been lucky the last couple of games, I suppose. I've got a bit more luck going my way up top. I suppose obviously Fortuna last game was a bit of a well, it was to be expected. There wasn't going to get much there, but I I think I did pretty well setting up the goal. Because obviously, just the fact that we scored against Fortuna was good enough.
And let me see, you also went through a lot of changes this season. I mean, manager-wise, player-wise, and still the core of the team, the guys who have been there for years, are still there. Do you think the changes are an improvement for you guys, or not so much?
I think that's the one good thing about this team is that there seems to be definitely a core of certainly 4 or 5 players that whatever happens, unless things go absolutely really wrong, well, they're going to be there. If you have sort of half a team active, as we sort of had in a couple of games earlier this season, you're not going to do very well up in this league. You might be okay doing it maybe in 2A. Obviously, you might get a few things, maybe not against the top teams, but up here you won't win anything.
Okay, Andromeda versus Göteborg Phoenix. Barry's prediction, 2-1 win for Andromeda. Do you think that's doable?
Depends what Andromeda team turns up, really. I mean, last weekend we were really, with all due
But you
respect
have
to
much more, you have more players than we do, so...
that, yeah, well, but that's the thing. It's about getting 11 players out on the field and 11 players that are up for it. Because last weekend we should really have been looking to beat Tangent Board. Okay, they played really well, but we were below par. But we bounced back really well Wednesday. We put in a good performance against Fortuna, and I mean, if we can play a similar sort of game, then maybe a win tomorrow isn't out of the question.
Well, let's not only talk about our game. We have a really interesting game, Real Money versus Svarta. I'll just call it Svarta because I cannot say the full name. Where, yeah, if you can, please teach me, but I cannot. Barry predicted the draw there, 1-1, but I don't know. Real Money are fighting for second place now. They just beat Fortuna in UFCL. They have had a really great run. Do you think a draw is a doable result for that game?
Certainly, from playing them both, they're both very, very good teams. And but for fear of coming across like I'm sitting on the fence, Real Mani have had probably the slightly better season of the two. I suppose if either side is going to win, it's probably, I would say, Real Mani might sneak it. But again, I see, I don't want to come across like I'm sitting on the fence too much, as I say. So I think I'll just leave it at that.
That's the wise thing to do. Well, I seem to have found another interesting game, which is Kickers versus FC Stockholm. Who who'd you bet on?
Both have struggled as this season's gone on. Kickers had a really, really good start, didn't they? I think there was up sort of second and third for quite a bit of the opening few games. And Stockholm have been on the slide a bit recently. We obviously beat them the other week. It was a good, very, very good result, an important result for us, really. I think Kickers probably have slightly bit more about them. It's hard for me because I didn't play this second game against Kickers, so I'm not really sure where they're totally at. But from playing Stockholm the other week, I can definitely tell that there's a few issues there that they need to sort out, a few sort of areas that perhaps Kickers can exploit. So I reckon Kickers might just get the edge there.
Hey man, so any predictions for this season's second place, BK or Money? Now you're gonna be the nice guy and say, oh my god, any one of those could be the winner of second place, oh yeah, oh yeah. I think Sparta can fight for second place also. Not sure Kickers can, no.
Just to say that, Kickers can mathematically get there, but it requires the Locomotive and Manny to practically lose every game, so...
Unlikely.
And you see, both Locomotive and Manny have both got sort of a game that they'll be looking to win quite easily on. Manny have got Lions on the last day, and Locomotive play Tangent Board. Well, Locomotive have got to play Fortuna, but then Locomotive play us, whereas Manny play Sparta and they play Stockholm. I'd probably say Locomotive, considering the fact that Locomotive have also got 2 points over them right now, I'd say that Locomotive will probably finish second.
Jeep, I have to ask you if there's anything else you'd like to add before you go about towards your team, towards your opponents.
I don't know, I mean the last time we did this about 3, 4, whatever months ago, we were sort of looking on the up, weren't we? We'd had a really good season, and obviously between then and now we've had troubles. Next season we got to be looking to push on again. It's going to require maybe bringing in a few players in the off season. If anyone listening to this fancies playing for Andromeda, then just drop one of us a message or something. That sounds like a bit of an easy plug, but I just think we've just got to be looking to consolidate for the moment. Just a sort of steady improvement up the league, and hopefully, given a few seasons, maybe we can be where sort of we want to be. Slightly less animated and slightly less optimistic maybe than last time, but certainly I think we're improving, and that can only be good.
Thank you so much. In the last minute, I think your manager Daniel made a prediction for our direct game against each other, which, as usual, coincides with Barry's prediction, which is 2-1 for Andromeda. So I really hope he's wrong about that one.
I really hope he's right, to be honest, and that I've scored both goals. But that's
Well, I think we need the win more than you guys do. That's why I really hope he's wrong, because I never hope anyone beats Andromeda.
We can still overtake you. You do realise that, especially if we beat you tomorrow. Unlikely. I think you need to lose all 3 games, but
not impossible in our league.
Yeah, but it means we've got to beat Locomotive as well.
Not impossible.
Not impossible, but probably not going to happen.
Not this season.
Bit like next week in a separate issue. Just thought I'd drop it in there. That it's probably going to be a bit like when Birmingham play Arsenal at Wembley next week in the League Cup final. We're probably not stand much of a chance to win, but we obviously hope to.
Exactly. So, thinking everything's possible, we'll see what happens this season, and next season we start off again from scratch.
There's nothing like the opening day of the season to sort of get the hopes up.
Or to kill them. Because you know what happens. Okay, then thank you very much for your time, and has been a lot of fun, and see you tomorrow on the field.
I can't guarantee the quality, but it's certainly been a good laugh. Thank you very much.
Bye bye.